ARMY heartbroken, Jungkook opens up about his hidden bond with Taehyung. Have you ever wondered what kind of revelation could shatter an entire fandom overnight? What kind of truth could pierce through the carefully built walls of admiration, loyalty, and love that millions of fans have held on to for years? What if the bond between BTS's Jungkook and Taehyung, known affectionately as V, was not the simple story the world believed it to be all along? This week, the global fandom is in shock, reeling from waves of emotion after Jungkook's recent words sent tremors across social media and news outlets worldwide. For years, ARMY believed they understood the relationship between the youngest member of BTS and his magnetic, enigmatic Hyung. But Jungkook's emotional revelation has left even the most devoted fans asking themselves, have we misunderstood everything? From the outside, their bond seemed easy to define. Brotherhood, friendship, the playful connection between two young men who grew up together under the spotlight. But Jungkook's words hinted at something else, something deeper, something hidden. Was the Taehyung bond, the one fans celebrated, replayed in countless edits, and idolized for its warmth, actually carrying unspoken truths? Was it built not only on laughter, but also on secrets, silences, and emotions that Jungkook himself had been forced to bury for years? In the world of K-pop, every smile, every glance, and every small interaction is dissected by millions. Yet Jungkook's voice cut through all that noise. His tone wasn't casual, it wasn't rehearsed. It was raw, trembling with emotion, as if he had been carrying this burden too long. Fans described his words as drenched in longing, dripping with vulnerability. It didn't feel like just another idol speaking. It felt like a human soul crying out. And now, ARMY is left asking the question no one thought they would. What was Jungkook trying to tell us all this time? The Jungkook-Taehyung relationship has always been a puzzle filled with contradictions. On stage, they painted joy, teasing banter, shared laughter, comforting touches. But in quieter moments, attentive fans noticed the lingering glances, the pauses in Jungkook's voice when Taehyung spoke about hardships, the way his eyes softened in performances when the two shared the spotlight. Were these subtle gestures mere coincidence, or were they the breadcrumbs leading to this very moment? Jungkook spoke of a bond that words could not define, a connection that was equal parts healing and painful. What did he mean? Was he speaking of times when the weight of fame felt unbearable, and Taehyung was the only one who truly understood him? Or was this about the darker side of success, the silent burdens they carried, hidden from the world, where their connection became a secret lifeline in moments of despair? The timing of this revelation could not be more striking. With Taehyung currently in the military, Jungkook's choice to open up feels deliberate, almost protective. By speaking now, he ensured that the narrative unfolded on his terms, not twisted by speculation or outside voices. Was this his way of shielding Taehyung? Or perhaps, was it a message meant directly for him? A reminder that no matter the physical distance, their bond remained unshakable? Fans across the globe reacted with overwhelming emotion. Some said they cried as they listened, feeling as though Jungkook had torn his heart open in front of them. Others admitted they were left in shock, unable to process what his words truly meant. I never thought he'd reveal something so personal about Taehyung, one fan confessed online. But with the emotion came questions. What exactly is the nature of this hidden bond? Was it friendship, brotherhood, or something that blurred the lines ARMY always assumed were clear? Why did Jungkook describe it as something he had to hide? Was it because of industry pressure? Fear of misunderstanding? Or perhaps conflicts and struggles between the two that fans never witnessed? Looking back, the signs were always there. Jungkook's silences when Taehyung opened up about personal struggles, the unspoken comfort in their shared looks, the rare admissions that Taehyung was one of the few who truly understood him. Perhaps this revelation wasn't sudden. It was a truth that had been quietly building for years, waiting for the moment Jungkook found the courage to say it aloud. For ARMY, the heartbreak doesn't just stem from the confession itself. It comes from realizing Jungkook carried this truth alone for so long. Fans have always believed they were close to BTS, that through music, interviews, and years of interactions, they understood each member deeply. But Jungkook's words revealed a side of him they had never fully seen before. Fragile, vulnerable, and deeply tied to a bond that had been his anchor all along. And now, a darker question lingers. If Jungkook could hide something like this, what else might be hidden? Could there be more truths waiting to surface? Truths that could change how the world understands BTS forever? Is this the beginning of revelations that will reshape the group's story in ways no one saw coming? Speculation has become a storm. Some believe Jungkook was referring to a secret promise he made with Taehyung, one only they could understand. Others think his words point to a moment of crisis in the past, where Taehyung stood by him when no one else did. Whatever the case, Jungkook's honesty has ignited a wildfire of curiosity, leaving fans desperate for answers that may never arrive. And maybe that's the point. Maybe Jungkook wanted fans to feel the uncertainty, the ache, the endless questioning, because it mirrors his own journey. By revealing his truth, he didn't close the chapter. He opened it. He showed ARMY that behind the glittering stage lights, he is just as fragile, just as human, carrying invisible bonds that define him in ways words never could. But as the emotional storm spreads, one reality must be faced. In the chaos of speculation and viral headlines, the truth is often lost. The so-called confession that fans believed they heard, it was not a formal announcement. There was no official statement from HYBE, no confirmation from Taehyung, no undeniable evidence. Instead, what we witnessed was the extraordinary power of interpretation. Fans, driven by love, sometimes turn fragments into full-blown stories. Jungkook's vulnerability, his reflections on loneliness, growth, and the members he treasures, was reshaped into a tale of hidden bonds and secret revelations. And while the emotion was real, the confession itself was not fact. This is not new. BTS's history is filled with moments where fan passion turned whispers into storms, dating rumors, supposed conflicts, imagined messages hidden in music. Time and again, fans have been reminded of the thin line between reality and speculation. The truth is simpler. Jungkook and Taehyung's bond has always been one of trust, love, and brotherhood. They never needed dramatic revelations to prove their connection. It's written in their music, in their performances, in the sincerity they have shown ARMY again and again. And yet, this moment still matters. It matters because it revealed something about us, the fandom. It showed how deeply ARMY yearns to feel connected, how quickly love transforms into stories, how fragile truth becomes in the age of global fandoms. The heartbreak may not have come from a real confession, but from the reflection it offered, a reminder of how invested we are, how much we care, and how much we long to understand the boys who changed our lives. At the end of it all, the takeaway isn't that Jungkook confessed a hidden bond with Taehyung. The truth is more profound. It's that ARMY is ready to listen, so ready, in fact, that even an unverified story could break hearts, move millions, and remind us all that in this global family, emotion sometimes speaks louder than fact. And maybe that is the true story here. Not the confession itself, but the love it revealed.